them as part of various custom solutions that we have built out for various customers. So today we are going to talk about the youth mentoring app. Uh, this was a custom solution that we have developed for Children and Family Services Department for a state government agency. So we'll talk about that in the next slides. Okay. The problems in the existing process were the department wanted to establish a platform for collaboration and clear communication among permanency workers, the children or the youth themselves, and their support members that is convenient and easy to use. They had a need to create a virtual scheduling service that will allow the permanency workers to meet and manage their assigned cases on a week-to-week basis. They wanted to ensure that a youth can view the details of his or her entire team, that is the primary permanency worker, a list and contact details of all the support members, and a quick and easy way to communicate with any of them in times of need. The custom solution had the following features. It was initially developed in a phase-wise manner, and in the first phase, the structure and framework for the app was developed. It also came in with it was associated with a PowerShell script that could read the details from an Excel file in a SharePoint location and to create a team in Microsoft Teams for each case present in the list that was present. In the second phase, the next part of the custom solution was developed that enabled the permanency workers from the agency to connect with the children or youths and their support members through Microsoft Teams. The primary use cases were to enable caseworkers view the consolidated list of youths assigned to them in a single place and various ways for them to get in touch with youths like meetings, chats, etc. through the web interface. And for youths, it was to enable to view their upcoming meetings and to connect with them similarly. The next screen talks about the personas and some of the use cases. So here the caseworkers could view some of the scenarios where for caseworkers view all the youths assigned to them so that they can work with them, view the list of support members for each youth, view any upcoming meetings, schedule meetings for the future, add additional support members to the team, and collaborate in real time by leveraging the native features of Teams like sharing screen, uploading files, etc. Youths can view upcoming meetings, view the list of their support members and or permanency workers assigned to them, and connect on a need basis. This slide talks about shows a snapshot for some of the primary use cases for each persona. I'll just take a moment here to just go through the screens and then I'll move to the next slide. Okay, so the next slide I'll talk about the architecture, how the app was developed. So it's a relatively simple and robust architecture where the app users who would be the permanency workers, the youths, or the support members, they'll be able to log into the app through Teams. The app service, which was part of this solution, was used to host the personal tab for the app, and it supports tab single sign-on authentication. Information related to users, teams that the user is part of, meeting information, etc., is all queried through Azure Active Directory using the Graph APIs. Towards the top right, you would see a module for the PowerShell scripts, which runs daily to read information from an Excel file from a SharePoint location. This file contains data related to the new youth details. The script reads information present in the file and creates a case and corresponding team for each case. The permanency worker, which is assigned to the youth, is added as a team member, and the youths are all assigned as team members to the team. Support members, if an external support members, are added as guest users to the team. All the relational data related to the case is stored in an Azure SQL database. Demo of the app, I'll just go ahead and play it for you. Okay, yeah, so this is the main personal tab for the app. So I have logged in right now as a caseworker, so I could see any upcoming meetings that have been scheduled, the youths that have been assigned to me, and any so let's say the support members that have been assigned to the youth. So once I click on this, once I click on the youth, I would be able to see the list of all the support members that have been assigned, that have been assigned to this youth. So this gives me a quick way to, let's say as a caseworker, then I can chat with the youths assigned. I can chat with the support members, and I can go in and add another support member as well. Okay, but yeah, this is the way. Yeah, now I can go in and then probably I can add another user as a support member for the youth. So once the user is added, I will be able. So what that happens is this user gets added as a guest user to the team that is part for the youth, that is for the youth, and then I'll be able to chat with them, or maybe even I'll be able to delete the list of support members and so on. If I click on the ellipsis for this support member, I have two options. I can go to the youth channel. I can go to the youth channel that is part for the youth, and then or else I can just schedule another meeting if I want to. Put in a title, description, from and to field, and I should. And then once I do that, the meeting once scheduled will be able to show it in my upcoming meetings. A similar view exists for for youth as well, wherein they could see the list of all their support members. They can see their upcoming meetings as well. This upcoming meeting view is very important, so that it provides a very quick way for them to just like see any upcoming meetings that are there in the near future, and then it enables them to click and like provides them a quick way to join the meeting.
Yes, this is Vishnu. Just want to add on top of that. Yeah, so the upcoming meetings which are created as part of the app, right? All those upcoming meetings will be shown up over here for the caseworker, and it will be showing up the top 3 upcoming meetings with any youth member for that specific case member. And the same upcoming meetings will be showing up to the youth person as well when youth opens up the app in either in the mobile or in web client. And yeah, so here, like the support members, right? We can add the support members who are part of the same tenant, say like, yeah, can you please click on that, Yash? So here on this top search user, right? So if any person is already part of the tenant, we can search for that user and add that person as in support member. At the same time, if we want to add any external user who is not part of the tenant, we want to add that support member as a guest to the tenant and add as a support member to the youth, right? So in the bottom, as we can see, enter email ID, we can enter the external support member email ID, and we can just add that person as a guest user to the tenant, and he will be added as part of the youth team as well. Yeah, you can close this.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the top, you can see the help button, which will redirect it to any help required if anything, any help required on this application or anything related to the process, right? So the help link will be available, wherein the caseworker, or it will be available for the youth as well. So they can just go and click on that and take the relevant help.
So yeah, moving on.
Yeah, yes, can you just open the tab once again, please?
Sorry?
Can you open the tab once again, please?
Okay.
Yeah, so can you click on the Teams and yeah, so can you expand the DCF? Yeah. So as the youth members will be added as a guest users to the tenant, right? So the guest users can access the app only through tab added, the app added as a tab to a particular channel, which the caseworker can add it as part of the youth team. And this youth team will be reflecting to the youth member, so they can just go into the tab and click on the tab, and they'll be able to access the application from this tab.
Okay. Yeah, so moving ahead. Okay. So this solution helped the government agency to solve one of their biggest challenges, that was to allow caseworkers to track youths and seamlessly connect with them. The custom solution was designed so that it could meet and exceed the government agency's expectation of more than 18,000 active users and over 8,000 external guest users. The application was also designed and developed by ensuring any government and restrictions are not violated and conform to the GCC limitations and guidelines. That's all we wanted to talk about the app. Any questions? And yeah.
Thank you, Rash and Vishnu. Let's see if we have any questions. Okay, I've prompted people in text, but I'm just going to prompt them now verbally. If you have any questions, please put them into the chat window. Okay, so one question is, how long does it take to build this solution? So if someone was interested in pursuing this today and they followed up either with their Microsoft account team or they reached out to the Tata Consultancy Services link that we put in chat, how long would it take to create a similar solution for another agency, either at the state or province level?
I wouldn't generalize it in that way. I would probably say that it would be depending on what are the user cases and also on various other factors that would be there. But yeah, I would say, since if you're probably talking about the same similar features very near to what we talked about, should be probably close to about 2 to 3 months, more or less. But then again, I would say that's just a ballpark figure. We will have to determine every case to case, see the estimates on a very case to case basis.
Okay, so it'll take 2 to 3 months to create something exactly the same, longer if there were additional changes. Understood.
Yeah.
And roughly how much does something like this cost?
So from costing perspective, so again, as Yash mentioned, if we consider the use case that we have currently right now, it is somewhere around 25 to 30K. That's what we have estimated for this build. But again, we can have a discussion in detail and see what possibilities we can work on and see the exact costing.
That's right. And just to that cost question, which is a great one, Microsoft Teams Engineering has limited funds to partially defray some of these costs. So it's possible, as part of a program we call Slate, as in a clean slate, that Microsoft would be able to help defray some of the cost. Another question came in: are there any premium connectors used? So are there other aspects of this rather than sort of a generic Teams installation? Were there additional fees that the agency that used this application had to pay in order to take advantage of this, either to third parties or to Microsoft, in terms of ongoing licenses?
Yeah, so maybe for the we are using Azure for taking care of all the resources, right? So maybe some costing on the Azure side, and apart from that, the other technologies being used are like SharePoint, right? Apart from that, no other being used. It's completely on the Teams itself.
That's great. Yeah. So there was Azure was being used, so there could be some Azure costs. I have seen for some bots, for example, a large commercial customer had tens of thousands of people using an Azure based bot, and it was running less than $800 a month. So I'm not quite sure of the scale involved here. Another interesting question about scale is the number of guests users that a Teams tenant can offer at no additional cost or provide, and that is 5 times the number of licensed users. So if an agency has 5,000 licensed Teams users, they can have up to 25,000 guest users. So that's quite a few participants amongst the youth and their potentially their caretakers, foster parents, or biological parents or teachers, that kind of thing. Great. Let's see if there's any other questions. Last call for questions as we start to wrap up. I think this is really a great example of the type of solution that can be built relatively quickly and inexpensively on Teams that can really be transformative for an agency. There's a video which I'll, when I send out the thank you note for this, I'll include the video of an agency that publicly talked about a similar application, and it's heartwarming actually to hear the response of foster children and their caretakers and the caseworkers who really feel that this substantially improved the collaboration and connection that those individuals had. And it's very straightforward, very cross-platform, easy for the youth to get into the application on their mobile devices. All right, not seeing any other questions. I think we can wrap up. I want to thank Divya and Yash and Vishnu for not only presenting today, but also for creating this application. I'm really excited about how it's working in the agencies that are using it today, and I hope through this presentation others will. Oh, I got one last question here. Hold on. Oh, yes, someone just thanked us. So I want to finish my thank you and appreciate everyone presenting. Any last comments from Tata Consulting Services? All right, hearing none, I will just post one more time.
Divya, you're on.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying thank you everyone for joining and for giving us this opportunity to present. Really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And I just put in that reminder. If you're interested in pursuing this or similar applications, feel free to reach out to your Microsoft account team or to contact the TCS email that I just posted for the second time in chat. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.